Yeah, we were rolling, man.
We're live.
Yeah, you ain't done a clap.
Don't need to do the clap.
No, you don't do it no more.
Nah.
Well,
Okay, I'll just do it.
so used to you do that now. Word, buddy. Welcome back to Challenge Show Podcast. I'm your boy Firahs.
Joe to the MK.
And today we've got a special bit.
Oh, remix that.
We've got a special guest in the building right now, man. The movement is young, baby.
Yeah, in the building.
After that blunder, I have to give her a little slogan too. But for anybody who doesn't know who you are, as obviously you are YungR, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as an intellectual grime MC from Croydon, and by profession I'm a teacher.
Oh, really? What do you teach?
I teach in a pupil referral unit, so it's an alternative provision for children who get obviously excluded from mainstream education. So we help to integrate them back into the system.
Yeah, that's sick. I was a teaching assistant for a year.
Okay.
I was supposed to go to be an English teacher, but clearly I didn't do that. Well, I don't know. I just kind of finished the course and I never went back.
So you got your qualifications?
Well, I got my teaching assistant qualification.
Okay.
But I don't have I didn't go in to finish my actual English shit, so I didn't bother with it.
Interesting. You couldn't handle the kids.
The kids bodied him still. They ran him out.
I actually enjoyed working there. You know? It was cool. I don't know. I ended up being more interested in media stuff, and being a teacher for me, I felt like you have to commit to every single day. I would have rather done part time, so I can obviously you do get your holidays. Which, I mean, I missed the holidays.
Oh yeah, you got that nice holiday pay as well.
Bro, every 6 weeks you're off.
My cousin's always about that. Yeah.
It's lit.
I love that.
I don't know, man. The media chose me. I didn't choose me. I'm joking.
Alright.
I'm joking.
Alright, say no more then.
But obviously, a lot of people don't know. You and Joe work quite closely together.
Yeah.
Why don't you explain how you guys kind of met?
Is this a trick question, right?
Go on.
Yeah. Well, your friend.
I even forgot at the beginning of the story, but yeah. Go on.
It was your friend that brought all of this together. Obviously, your friend was friends with Ryan's manager. Yeah. And then
shout out to him.
Big up.
That's how it just came together, innit?
Management.
He needed a videographer, and she hit you up. You're like, oh yeah, Joe, here you are.
It's funny.
Literally.
Funny story about that. I was actually on my way to the club. I was pre-drinking. I was mad lit.
Every story you pre-drinking.
I was lit, yeah. And I just sitting there on the train, yeah. With my daughter. Sonya's like, yo, Sharif, someone needs a video. I'm like, yo, Joe, what you saying? With my little drink in my hand. Like,
you had a drink in
my hand.
I didn't even know. Huh?
Yeah. I was sipping, man. I was ready to go to the club. So, glad you
sounded
went
like your normal self.
Glad you went through. But anyway, we're actually here to talk more with YungR. Joe, I know you got some questions, so
yeah.
Let me go through your list.
So, talk to us. Who is Ryan? What's the story behind you?
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously you've got me, Ryan, and then you've got YungR, the artist. I always say they're two different people.
Okay, all right.
Me, personally, I'm actually quite. I wouldn't say shy, but I'm more reserved and observant. Probably take the backseat most of the time, but obviously when it's almost like a Clark Kent. I just go into the booth and transform when I turn into
when the mic arrives, a different thing, innit?
When work finishes, I just put my YungR hat on.
Merch available out now.
Hey, that's a
plug that.
Make sure you grab that. You should clip that.
We got the commission, right?
Jeez, trying to get the bag right now.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
So I transformed in the booth and I turned into YungR.
Yeah.
YungR is he's very passionate about obviously music. My roots are obviously grime.
Yep.
So I grew up on Wiley, DWE, Dizzy Rascal, Skepta, Bashi, etc. So that's kind of my forte, and the brand of YungR, movement is young. Obviously, that's something I always repeat. Because I feel that young people always get a bad rap, and that they're the most creative, innovative human beings on the planet, and that's the future generations, and those who are future of the future of society, of course. So I like to push that brand.
Cool. And obviously, you went to university. You got yourself a degree as well, and you hear stories.
Your research.
Yeah.
Came
with the facts. And it's a common story where you hear,
I keep forgetting you've heard most of my tunes, even unreleased stuff.
I'm there, man. Like, it's a common story where you hear, even with me, like, either dropping out or not going to further education. What was the inspiration behind you going into further education?
Do you know what it is? I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So,
it happens, man.
I finished, obviously, GCSEs.
Yeah.
Got forced into A-levels, as you do if you've got Caribbean.
Facts.
And then obviously natural progression was obviously university. Initially I wanted to be like I'm not even going to say footballer. I'm going to say
an athlete of some sort.
No. I wanted to be a barrister, go into law and that.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I realised how many years of study was involved. I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
It's like 7 to 10
to get a qualification.
Yeah, that's kind of long, man.
You're stuck with that for the rest of your life, really.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would have never been able to explore my creative side.
Yeah.
I can't be a lawyer and a part-time rapper. That would be a bit.
It's
bad enough being a teacher and an MC.
Do the kids know about your music?
They know and they don't know. They know and they don't know, innit?
That was a struggle I had. Why the student find my YouTube channel? I was like,
that's a cool one aside one time. I had to get one of the other youths to butt up one other youth to make that magic. But the new batch respect it. They respected that I keep that private. So if anyone asks in the school, I'm retired. I'm retired until they hear Epiphany on the radio.
Yeah, and that's a good segue. Epiphany is part of your EP that came out. The movement is YungR. So let's just go through the whole track list and just give us a little background into the inspiration behind each track. So like the intro.
Okay, so the intro is basically. So we have a group at my work called the 4 o'clock club.
Yeah.
So basically every Monday at 4 we used to just chill.
Yeah.
We call it chop it up. So anything going on, we think the kids go home at 2:20.
Oh yeah. That's early, yeah.
You've got time after work, plan your lessons, sort out for tomorrow. But when 4 o'clock comes, that's it. You gotta it's chopping up with the man.
Yeah.
Just debates really, and we end up chatting way into like 6. Yeah. Because that's our kind of like our time sort of thing. So basically, those are a lot of the people that got me back into music. The shout out Ninja PT, Daps, Fats, Randy Rands, SL 550 Benz, all the man at the 4 o'clock club.
Jeez.
Basically, they helped me get back into music because in 2017, I gave up music at 16.
Okay.
So I was doing bits from 13 to about 15.
Yeah.
I used to be with like Bromley My Time. They used to come in and do workshop at my school and stuff like that, and then I used to do performances like all over London.
Yeah.
Shout out Emmanuel Emure, who runs the Pi Project. Does like rap workshops and stuff like that. So they taught me how to rap basically. Then took me on tour. We did loads of little venues and stuff. And then at 16, obviously that's when you start your A levels. So I stopped, just gave up music. More because it was kind of corny. It was like, you're 16, 17, you're doing your A levels and you're trying to rap. What are you doing? Pick a choice. People were kind of looking. I wasn't in the right environment. Wasn't around the right people.
Were you still rocking the same name, YungR?
No.
Oh,
I can't even tell you what I was
going to drop these exclusives, my G.
I can't tell you. So, then went to do my A levels. Went to uni. Went back to my old school for a year to work. As a TA.
Yeah.
Then I found this job as a behaviour mentor. In a Peru, and I've been there ever since. Then I've obviously progressed on to like cover supervisor and English teacher. And they basically got me back into music at 2017. So Ninja was like, he must have been playing some of his tracks. He has his old mashup tablet that he has, which has no battery ever. He basically always needs charging. So he was playing some of his tunes off there, and I was like, okay, this is kind of dope. I used to rap, I used to MC, and he's looking at me like, you sure? These times he's probably thinking about this young boy. I must have went away. I was going on YouTube, found some beats, and I what's the tune called? Nas tune with ooh chi wally wally, ooh chi bang bang.
Yeah.
So I did a version to that, and I did a version to what's that damn song with Maya, Best of Me. That's the tune. I can't remember how it goes.
I don't know how it goes myself.
But I basically covered those.
Yeah.
I covered both of those, and I put them in the group, innit?
Yeah.
But them lot probably could have ripped me and laughed at me because I'm like 7 years out the game. So my flows and bars are like 7 years out of date.
Yeah.
So basically they could have ripped me, but they didn't. They was just like, oh, okay, you got something. And then I just had to look at the scene look at the scene and think, where am I gonna fit in? How can I like brand myself? How can I like seamlessly fit into this? Obviously, drill was just come about. Obviously, this Afro swing movement, which is basically a rip off of Bashment and Then you have all these like new different sounds. So I was like, I've always been trying to find where I fit in at. Then I thought, you know what? Fuck it, I can't fit in with these. Like, I need to. Obviously, I've got songs from each genre, but my DNA is grime. That's what I'm brought up on. Seeing Chipmunk on Westwood, shelling it down, talking about 2 pens, pads, fam, I'm a carrier. That's what I've been brought up on. So I thought, you know what? The best way for me to look at it is me bridging the gap between old and new. I'm that guy that can bridge the gap between old and new and blend in that way. So that's kind of like been my way in. We're meant to be talking about Epiphany. So we're
talking about the intro. That's more than an intro. You're there. Nice one.
I got a lot to say. I've been at the game for a minute.
Next one, we've got Savage Freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's the
Savage Freestyle is a madness, bro. When you hear that live, oh my days, it's hard to get through the song because it gets wheeled up too much. It's hard to get through the song. I brought Cal from up north and down to Canary Wharf. I don't business if your best friend. Hey, I don't want to go. You know what? Yeah, you can't get exclusive. That's EP. You have to download the EP for that one.
Available on Spotify right now.
Jeez, bro. But yeah, Savage Freestyle is a madness. That's like me just attacking a dancehall beat in an aggressive rap way. So I wrote Savage as basically like the intro for the EP. But then I wanted to pay homage, obviously, to the man that helped me get back into music. So that's why the intro was the way it was, and then Savage was the second track. But obviously, the intro is not really a track. It's more of their opinion on me getting back into music. And then at the end, I've got my little sister saying, movement's young, baby. Voice.
There we go, man. Yeah. And then obviously, the track that we worked together first on, Never Be.
Yep.
So what's the inspiration behind Never Be?
Never Be.
That's
a Jasha jam.
Singer, right?
Lenzo, that's my guy.
Lenzo Zeus. Yeah, man. Shout out to Lenzo Zeus.
Do you know what Never Be was just like it was basically a story. Everyone was like, oh, like, what have you been through? What have you done? I was just like...
Yeah, were you talking from experience or...?
Some of it's fictional, some of it's not, obviously. But kind of blended the two. Same thing with Epiphany. Some of it... But it keeps them guessing. I know you're supposed to be telling you this. It's an exclusive.
So what, hey, getting us an exclusive.
Normally people have to pay for this.
So how did the collaboration come around with you and Lenzo for that one?
Do you know what? I met Lenzo Zeus through another artist I know called Jay Snags.
Okay.
Shout out Jay Snags. So Lenzo's like from Shirley or something, but he works at basically the same place as my little brother. And that's how that connection came about. And it was weird because when we first recorded Never Be, it was like, it wasn't as good as it was now. We had to basically redo it because we were just trying to get the balance between rapping and singing, because obviously I'm not a singer. I'm not one of these people that is trying to force the singing thing, because I see a lot of these artists now, because they've discovered auto-tune, they get excited. They get excited. Oh shit, low power. Oh dear.
Can I get a charger? What phone is that?
Oh bro, I can't tell you that. You judge me.
Oh, it's Hawaii.
No. It's iPhone still, but I ain't gonna lie.
I got the what's that?
I need to upgrade it. I need to upgrade still.
6, cuz.
I need to upgrade.
Are you charging your phone?
Yeah, but
you got me still on 6. Okay, I'm not that bad.
On 68% if you wanna use it.
Plug in your phone.
Yeah, just plug it in, man.
All good. I don't want to give away too much exclusive content in the live.
Did you get that one kid that's like, oh my god, I have to get a 7 because of you, man? And I also shout out to Estella, man, one of my friends that's in the music video.
Oh, you know Estella?
Yeah, I've known her for about maybe 2 years.
Okay, she was a model for what the yeah, she's dope, man.
I'm surprised when you told me he knew as well.
Because he played in the video when he was editing it at my house, and I'm just like, yo, ain't that Estella?
Oh, the first bit when she's chatting her Portuguese, cussing.
It's been like, yo, man, you didn't tell me. She's like, oh, I didn't know you knew that. No, I didn't say I knew that. I just said,
you didn't tell me still.
So you're keeping it exclusive now too. I see how it is, man.
You know what to get, innit?
I tried to, man. Fat people gotta eat, man.
But yeah, we got next on the list we have Ryder.
Oh yeah, Ryder. Yeah, so Ryder was more of a generic tune for the ladies. You always got to big up the ladies.
Trust the girl,
of course.
Yeah. I'm trying with the accent, man. I'm trying.
But yeah, that one's basically a generic tune for the ladies.
Yeah.
Ride, obviously, you're not just riding physically, we're riding metaphorically. So yeah, just shout out all the. I always shout out all the good women out there, because a lot of them get a bad rap. Yeah. Hot girl summer's over.
Yep.
Finally.
Yeah.
Didn't Megan understand and get it trademarked as well? She did. She got trademarked.
I think so. I got her.
I saw the other day. Yeah, she got trademarked. So anytime anybody try to use it about her blessing, you're gonna get checked.
It's autumn now, so yeah.
But yeah, Ride is more of a generic tune for the ladies.
Hot girl winner, yeah.
That one, it's a good tune to perform live as well, because of the crowd interaction. They love that.
Yeah.
She's a rider, anyway. No.
And girls will love that, you know. The good thing about doing female songs that I've noticed, especially with my song with Result, the painting joint.
Yeah.
Fam, girls will ride it out, they'll video it, they'll upload that shit. Like, girls really engage.
They're the most important fans.
Yeah, but man don't mind.
Man, they will say, okay, that's calm. Yeah. They're not buying your music.
No, not only that. She on the Instagram story, niggas repost what you post.
Yeah. You might get a little one with a steering wheel, but
yeah, one little steering wheel, but at least a girl though, they might be like,
because I'm one of those guys. The time I was driving, that's the only time I was posting songs.
But chicks soon, they work, man, and obviously a lot of girls have a lot of thirsty following. Not all of them, but you know, they really want to check what them girl is doing and post it. So actually check the song. I've noticed that still. But yeah, what's the next one in the line in the track list?
They wanna know. That's the next one.
That's a typical tune that you probably play in the car.
That's
definitely
So So that's more of a rap tune that you can just bop your head to.
Late night motorway.
Yeah. I'd have to add that to the playlist.
Yeah, that's like your.
Once I get the car, you know.
That's your classic rap tune. You can just bop your head to, man. It's just a jam. It's just chilled. Late night. 11, 12, 1 when you're on the way back from the side things.
Whoa! I ain't going up.
I know that's you,
black man don't cheat, bro.
I know that's you.
That secret player.
Joey's messing it up for all of us.
Me of all people, man.
See, when I phoned him earlier, the way he woke up and answered the phone was like he's been caught. It was like he's been caught out.
Hold on.
For those who don't know what...
I thought I messed up. I thought I messed up the plan. Because, you know, obviously we were meant to be 4, innit? And then I delayed it to 5. But then I'm talking about 4:30, so he could have been doing his thing.
For those who don't know, so basically I was sleeping on the sofa just behind there. And then...
just behind there.
Yeah, for the visual, yeah.
There's just behind it. There's for the visual.
Yeah, for the visuals, man. Obviously they see where I'm.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know that over there will be in the proximity. Yeah. And then obviously man like YungR hits me up on the phone. And I'm there scrambling on the phone like, whoa.
I genuinely thought I messed up the plan.
Because I still had my headphone in it. So I was trying to figure out that as well. I was like, yo, hello? What's going on? But yeah, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Then obviously, big tune, Epiphany.
Oh yeah.
I know you have a lot to say about this.
This is actually my favourite track.
Yeah. It's a lot of people's favourites.
I listened to it. Actually, no, I think it should Never Be as well.
Okay. Yeah, they're the main singles.
Yeah, because obviously Never Be is like the
club vibe
to this too. Chill, sing along. Epiphany is the one where you're just like, right, let me listen to what it's got to say, take it in, and you start thinking about your own life, and especially talking about fathers and shit deep. So I started thinking about my relationship with mine, and I was like, this is deep. I love shit like that, you know. Music that gets you thinking is dope stuff.
The father absence thing is a massive thing, because whether or not you're directly affected by it, like it will play some part in your life. Whether or it will make you analyze or reflect on, you know, your relationship with your father, or even you're just if you've got kids. I haven't got kids, not that I know about. I haven't got
Firahs?
I haven't got any children, but it would make me think if I was a father, like maybe reanalyze my relationship with my child. And I think that a lot of us young males, we're not like brave enough to tackle those kind of topics head on. Like, we're not ready. Sometimes we're not even ready to have those conversations. I think a lot of us, whether we like to admit it or not, will have like, you know, mental health issues or like post-traumatic stress disorder or those kind of will show those kind of symptoms later on in life, but we won't realise why. And then you can compare the difference between a child or a young adult who's had a traditional upbringing, mum and dad married, stable income, you know, there's shown love and affection, things that we take for granted or think that are, well, we see them as obviously, they should be givens, obviously, but not every child goes through that. Experiences that, and obviously being in education, I can straight away, without even speaking to a child by body language, things like that, I can see what their home domestic situation is like.
It makes you understand people and
absolutely.
Also helps in like dealing with relationships with other people as well. Then you know you might get into a situation where you're with a significant other who's had a certain upbringing, and you know, if you're able to communicate in a way that what's the phrase I'm trying to look for? I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Communicating with different people.
I mean, statistically, it's actually been proven that most people that do have like bad relationships with their parents actually end up, not all cases, but can be like the abuser in their actual relationship, whether it's a girl, it's vice versa, girl or boy. The cheater usually, because they
had a lack of something somewhere. So
it's lack of love. I'll say. So they gravitate to the first person they see, which might not even be the first person they actually want to be with in terms of male or woman, just because they want love from somebody, and then as soon as somebody else is giving them love, they just gravitate towards that. That's how they end up cheating a lot. So yeah, man, I think relationship with family, friends, whoever it may be that you feel like you need is very important, very important for real.
But yeah, Epiphany is a timeless song that you can play 5 years from now, 10, 20, 30 years from now. It will still sound fresh because it's relevant. And that's the goal, not to make fast food music, but to make hard food music, like timeless.
Obviously you don't want to be snitching at 6ix9ine.
Oh, jeez.
If someone came,
ain't no such thing as a halfway crook. Shouts to them.
I think it'll be interesting, as you are a musician as well, to kind of discuss like doing music in the UK.
Okay.
We did speak off camera a bit earlier about like
that was a segment.
Real hot takes right there.
We did discuss like where you think you should upload your music, or just how to market yourself as a brand. For anybody that you think would want to get into music, first of all, before we go into all the logistics of that, how would you tell somebody to get into like doing music?
It's tough because my way back into music was basically meeting an old producer of mine, like near a local off license, and exchanging details and meeting up with him at his studio and just laying it down and covering a couple instrumentals from back in the day and getting back into it that way. So my thing, I kind of stumbled back into it, for being God aligned it, for me to fall. Do you know what I'm saying? So, if I was a young artist now, I'd always say like, skills pay the bills. That's one of my favorite sayings, because I'm always like, all right, image and all that is very important. You kind of in some cases it helps to look the part. But you got to be the part. Like, you need skill. I always say skills pay the bills, because your talent. If you're genuinely good at what you do, and you work tirelessly on perfecting your craft, and you do all of the things that the majority won't do, so you can be in the minority and be the best at what you do, that's going to pay dividend in the end. So if you're an MC, or you want to be like a grime MC, then you need to do the basics, perfect your flows, have an identity, find your sound, recite your bars, rehearse, practice, even in the mirror, body language, stage presence, just know your cues, like clockwork. If you're a singer, you need to write with other singers, try and find like focus groups or little networks where you can kind of share ideas. You might find different, I don't sing, but different tones, different styles, trial your voice on different sounds like Motown or R&B. There's so much different, like, be versatile, explore. There's so many different things or different angles for artists to go down, but those are the basics, like skills pay the bills, and just find your sound and find your lane and just smash the hell out of it.
I think that's very good advice, very good advice. I always say just attempt to do it and then see what people think. Because if you don't have yes men around you, you might get honest.
That's true.
The problem is not everybody's honest. Or go on YouTube and people just do covers for a very long period of time until they realize, okay, cool, this is something I actually want to do. I feel like it takes a lot of money in this game as well, which can be very difficult, especially if you're young, because potentially your parents may not have the pocket to be able to just do things. So if that's the case, I would say pull up to that open mic. There's different ways of you being able to actually put yourself forward and get known at shows. Maybe even ask your head teacher to do like a school talent show type thing where everyone can perform. That's what we did. When I was working at a school, that's what I just went to the teacher and said, look, we're doing music after school. Let them perform, bro. Let's just do a little talent show. So that's another way you can just get your music out there and just to figure out if it's a good
if it's for you, yeah,
if it's for you.
you got to go all in there. You can't have one foot in, one foot out. You have to fully commit. Like I've had stages where I've kind of felt like I'm half in, half out, but especially over the last year, 18 months, I've just been all in. And it's paid off. Paid massive.
100%. I was telling Joe the other day. Whenever I think of you, I think of the movement is young.
Come on now,
movement
is
young,
baby.
I always say at least one. The movement is young, baby. I hear him say it all the time, bro. Like
man, the branding's working, man.
The way you promo that is crazy. Like I rate the way you market it because you don't you're constantly in people's faces. You know what I'm saying? Like I see you post one thing and then you might even say thank you for whatever. You're always saying the slogan. You're always saying the movement is young. Like it stays in your head.
Drip feed.
That's dope, man. I rate that. Still, in terms of obviously doing music. Obviously, social media is the big powerhouse nowadays of music. Do you feel like radio is now no longer as important as it used to be, or do you guys still believe?
Like getting radio plays and stuff.
Getting radio plays is always going to be important.
I feel like radio in general, because I feel like back in the day, if you was on radio, you kind of made it. Nowadays, it's like if you're on radio, it's a bonus. That's how I see it. I feel like it's a bonus to be on radio.
Where you're coming from. Like it's after this, usually it'll be like after the song has already popped or something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the excitement factor on radio has shifted a bit. I mean, obviously, if it's BBC Radio 1, Capital, they still kind of hold that commercial stature. But in terms of just radio in general, is it still do you strive to go on to radio or do you just
I've had songs played on radio, not mainstream like the ones you mentioned, but I've had obviously radio play. To sort of I went on Colourful Radio the other day actually. Shout out HQ.
You actually got a little thing you're doing with them as well, like a giveaway.
Competition. Oh, you do your research. Okay. So we got an Epiphany challenge out right now. So if you can obviously repeat my chorus, you can do it the way I did it. You can do it in a creative way. You can write your own verse to Epiphany. You can sing Origin's bridge in Epiphany. And if you can post that and hashtag Epiphany challenge on Instagram, and what I'll do, send it to me direct through DMs are open, or if you've got my number, you can send that. And I'll post them. I'm going to start posting them in the next week. And then I'm going to go through my team, Set Trends team. We're going to pick the winner. And then we're going to choose them to be on the remix. I'm going to be giving away free merchandise as well, alongside with the help of Hype HQ and Colourful Radio.
This is the part where Joe will add a clip of the verse they're going to follow.
Okay.
Yeah. You got that? Well, you'll hear it when you watch it back. So you just can't be saying that. Put it over. Remember the cut. And then, so we was talking about marketing, also radio. Radio. Yeah. You also, so what do you? So you do strive to be played on radio?
Of course, and it's such a traditional form of marketing, and you obviously get paid for it as well. So I don't know exactly how much you get paid for per minute or whatever your songs get played, but you do get. That's how they work it out. And I think to be a national and global brand, you need to be regularly played on radio and to everyday average listener, because you want to hit them ears that you wouldn't normally necessarily meet at these events or that I perform at and things like that. 100%, people that follow me on Instagram, you need to have a diverse market, don't you, to really make it in this industry. It's like Stormzy, I always go back and mention him because he's so intelligent in terms of the branding and marketing. He'll make songs that not just our kind of people will listen to. He'll make tunes that the majority will listen to. So, for example, Vossi Bop is not a tune really for me and you. It's more of a tune for the man there at Cambridge that trying to feel like they're a bad man.
That's true.
Whereas Sounds of Skeng and Wiley Flow, the new songs that obviously that he's got out are more for us, the old school, serious, hardcore fans.
Not be bumping that.
Not the casuals.
Yeah. No, what about you, Joey? For somebody that doesn't necessarily...
I'm trying to get on radio.
I'm a producer, but I'm talking like in terms of like, from some outside looking in.
Yeah.
Do you, from a fan's point of view of music, what do you think of radio? What do you think? Where do you go to hear your music? Obviously, I know if you're driving.
I think
or you plug it in your phone.
Sometimes you're just lazy to plug in your phone, innit?
Yeah.
Especially if you have an older car. It's just FM that comes on straight away. Not everyone's driving a flipping 2015 upwards car, so.
Yeah, true. Nowadays, everybody's financing cars.
I
feel like everybody's got some bad whip, but I'm just like, how do you get that finance? Oh yeah, of course.
So, like even with them, like you with that, you're not really flicking through FM channels like that either. You maybe have your 2 presets. Go between Kiss FM and Capital or whatever you flick through, but it's still
just those 2. Never rinse.
Not for me. I'm speaking from experience. It was only them. Actually, I only kept it on Kiss. Actually,
you said I gotta jump straight from Colourful Radio to Kiss and Capital to get Joe to listen to me.
But I'm not the norm, innit? I live under a rock myself, so. But you do touch a lot of like ears that you wouldn't really reach just from the internet, as funny as that may sound. Because you got a lot of people that are, they still live that, I'd say, normal lifestyle where they go to work in their vehicle, listening to the radio, on the way back, listening to it on the radio,
100%,
in the Uber. Now, I just remember this just now. In the Uber, they're listening to FM as well. Unless obviously Bossman in the back is like, yo, have you got an aux cord? Shouts to my friend, he always does that.
Do you remember that was me and you? We was going to the party when we jumped in the cab and we played the FM and he didn't have an aux. So we had to just ride it out with this one station. He was like
but more time, the ones I've hopped into listen to LBC, that talk show.
LBC.
That's the kind of stuff you listen to before bed if you're trying to sleep.
I think the last few Ubers I've been in, they've been listening to LBC. Yo.
Wow, that's like my dad.
I guess that's what's happening.
BBC News or like the Quran. I ain't gonna lie to all my Muslims. Like, no, as soon as your pop's putting that Quran, your headphones go in. You're like, nah, this is Lord. That's a 45-minute drive. I ain't listen to Quran for that long, bro. I'm sorry, man. That is a mission.
So that's
cool, guys. Gotta be like, yo, what's that about? I swear I've had that before.
Your babe's just coming back from Jumma, innit?
It's Friday as well. That was a good time in Joe, man. I'll give you that.
I'm cultured, man. I'm cultured, innit?
Talking of going back to music though. So a bit of news, guys. Live music ticket sales will exceed by £25 billion or dollars by 2023. So the conversation I want to go into here is the importance of live performances. YungR performed at Ends Festival. He's done various other performances. Obviously did a launch as well for his EP.
Performed yesterday too.
Active boy.
Activities, streets, cuz.
For somebody, obviously Ends Festival was a big deal.
It was a big deal, man. Ends Festival was my biggest. That's probably my biggest show so far.
As a musician, is like live shows is something that you're more excited about. Like
that's my strength. Yeah, that's my strength. Like when I perform live, come and see me perform live. Everything just comes together. Like anyone who comes to see me perform live, I don't know what it is. They feel the energy. The transfer is mad. Like in the room and stuff like that. It's very strange. It reconfirms to me that's what I was born to do, perform and stuff like that. I wasn't meant to be a singer, I wasn't meant to be a dancer, I was meant to just spit bars and spray up the rhythm and mash up the place.
Would you call performing an entertainer? Or is it just like
it's an art form? I still think it's an art form because you're affecting people's emotions through words.
I respect that. Like I look at like when people talk about like the MJs, Michael Jacksons, the Chris Browns, they kind of get put in like the entertainment category. And I look at rappers, but energetic rappers. Obviously, some rappers, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I've seen Rick Ross, it's kind of dry. There's nothing wrong with it, but Rick Ross just doesn't move around enough.
I've heard he done a madness when he came to, is it not Brixton, or he did like a 10-minute set and then bounced and gave the crowd bare minimum energy and collected his check and went, and he got booed off.
Well, no respect to Rick Ross, yeah. I'm a big dude too. Man knows the situation, innit? We know why he's not moving around. But bro, when I'm on stage, I'm jumping, I'm bumping. He's lost bare weight. But obviously, I think he's used to just being lazy on stage. I don't even know if it's laziness.
It's not for everybody, innit? Like, a lot of artists, they don't care about giving the paying customer value for money, whereas that's what I always kind of like go back to. I was like, those people are investing their time to be there, and their money for tickets and stuff like that. So you you're in debt to them. You have to give them a hell of a show, and that's what I pride myself on. So if you ever come see me perform live, and you don't feel as if you got your value for money, come check me out at the end of the show. I've never had no one check me yet, so.
That's what it's about, man. Nobody want to check you, man. No 6ix9ine, don't test his gangster. Talking of shows, you got anything coming up that people should be looking out for, or are you still working on doing some more performances?
What am I performing next? Last Lounge in Croydon on the... Was that the 11th? And I got another one on the 9th of October at Front Room Croydon again, where I did my EP launch. So that's for Shwavy Promotions. They're doing an event, because it's interesting, because that event was one of the first. They did an event in 2018, and that was one of my first ever. That was my first ever performance after coming back into music. We took the roof off that night. That was wavy. I won like the open mic competition.
Okay. We lit.
And that's when I knew, this is for me. That was like the testing the waters to see have I still got it. And I did. And we came out on top that night. And they just basically, they did 2 shows. So the people from those 2 shows, they're putting together into one on this show. Kind of like celebrate it, basically like a 2-year anniversary or something like that.
So get me all of those shit, and then we'll post them up for you guys so you can check them out and grab tickets, grab tickets and whatnot. And I'll put them a link in the description as well. So if you guys are on Spotify listening there, I will put it on the YouTube description, or just pull up to Instagram at @ChatChill Show. All the information will be there as well, so you can go check them out. And also talking about touring. Every artist tries to like tour. If you could pick 5 countries that you would love to perform in, what would it be?
Oh, that's a wicked question. I like questions like this. Okay, let me think.
North Korea, maybe.
Saying that they love their grime in Japan and that. Trust me, grime is actually maybe a Japan. Maybe a Japan or a Korea.
The scene is strong down there now.
Yeah, Japan they like their grime.
Australia was telling me Australia as well, innit?
Yeah. They got a different sound over there, innit? They got new music coming out.
I've never heard.
Kind of pop, innit? What's it called? You know, I'm talking like Korean pop, some weird. It's got a different name though.
Well, it's not called Korean.
No, it's not.
That's cool.
It's
Are you talking about Korea?
No. Japan, they love their grime and that.
Yeah.
And Australia, they love their grime and stuff. They love it over there.
There's a huge grime scene in Australia.
Massive. You know Shadow? Check him out, he's cold. Australian grime.
I gotta check that out.
I need to get that international collab still. We can work on that. So we got Japan, Australia, Germany. Hey, let me tell you, them Germans, they support artists to the fullest because they appreciate not just the art form, but the actual the daily stresses and the struggles of artistry and being a musician. So they're always willing to pay for tickets and merchandise. A lot of artists, they kind of blow up over in those Eastern European countries first, and then they come back to the UK after they've basically blown up. So a lot of people, when they sign their like distribution deals and things like that, they don't sign a distribution deal with Sony or Virgin in the UK. It's in Germany's, Croatia's, Denmark, Finland, Bulgaria, those kind of Ukraine now on the come up.
That's a good point he's making, because even Kate Cote, he signed to Universal in Poland. Takashi, before he became who he is, was he had a more what's the thing, was a good 75% of his fan base were Europe. So it was like Ukraine, Croatia, Switzerland. Takashi was popping there. He wasn't and he was Takashi to them. He wasn't 6ix9ine. Those were the days when he was only Takashi, before Treyway. Before Gummo, basically. If you actually go through 6ix9ine's catalogue, back in like from around, I would say 2014 to 2016, that period before Gummo, Donnie has got like 20 million hits views. He's got tracks with Ukrainian rappers. Like, he was making hits back in the day. If you do your Googles, he ain't just Treyway.
It's Vladimir as well.
I was saying, because to illustrate on his point is that Europe are very like supportive of like new artists, especially within the UK. I feel like if you look at the amount of shows, like you might be like not very big in London, you can have a show in Spain, Germany, and you're much bigger deal, huge bigger deal. You know what I mean? So just to say what you were saying, that's a very good point.
Them places there, they love their live music, man. When I tour, I want to do a European tour, definitely, man. That would be lit. Travel crew, like the journeys. Imagine like the bus journey and the coach journeys.
And you're with your team. You know what I mean? You're with your team. You got like the guys filming the whole journey behind the scenes, popping shots. And the other two countries?
So we've said Germany's our third. We said.
You gonna go back to Jamaica?
Yeah, back to Jamaica still. I've got some dancehall flavors as well. Okay. So we might release a dancehall EP either end of this year or early next year. But I just want to get my sound back and get my gram sound back before going down the dancehall route, because I don't want to release, give you all the gems too early. I gave you lot Epiphany. I could have saved them, but it felt nice. So I put them on the EP, so you can pay me back by downloading that and streaming that. But got a few dancehall flavour tunes, and I've got a lot of good connects in terms of that scene. Shout out J Kaz, he's doing massive things UK dancehall wise. He came to perform at my EP launch as well. I remember that. And another country where to perform. Do you know what? I'd love to go to like somewhere like Brazil. Somewhere like Brazil,
Brazil's nice.
Flavor.
Yeah, my dad went there. Well, I'm saying my dad because I was too young, so my dad went there. But the story.
You were there with him?
Well, I was like 3. That's not really count. But
3 at the carnival,
It was actually carnival.
Carnival, securing wines at 3 years old. I see you, man.
I was securing bedtime room in the hotel.
Well, he's living it up.
He's living it up. Don't understand. My parents left me.
Hashtag father absent.
They probably just couldn't find a babysitter in the end, so they were like, you know what, let's leave the hotel, let's bring a babysitter with us. I was like, damn, okay. But no. Brazil, the scene in Brazil, I heard is very strong. I've come from a couple of mutual friends as well.
Oh, yeah.
Who's been up there. They said that the music scene for people coming from overseas is huge.
Okay.
Huge.
Like what any genre or what?
I'm talking mainly hip hop at this moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's like our genre. So in terms of like hip hop, obviously if you're Madonna, you're Madonna. Like, come on, we expect you to. And if you're Drake, you're Drake. I expect it to be lit. In terms of like for people that aren't hit the pinnacle yet, I heard Brazil is very in tune. With people on the come up, so I know Brazil is a very good location still. Yeah. Dope. Also, in the news today, talking Krept and Conan. Now, Krept and Conan, D-Block, should I say, recently released a track. It was cool. I didn't write the name. Anyway.
Alright, sick.
Smart. By the way, so there was a tune that came out yesterday with D-Block, Europe, and Krept and Conan. And the song is basically where Krept basically used Allah's words. Use a quote from the Quran basically within music. Right? If you're Muslim, everybody knows that's haram and that's not prohibited. So at the moment, he's actually trending right now on Twitter. Well, he was when I checked it. It was around 8-10 p.m. So when we were recording this, it was trending. So when you guys are watching it, no longer trending. So you ain't gonna tell me. Someone's gonna tell me it's not trending though. Just check. But I feel like the interesting conversation I want to have with you guys is the mixing of religion and music. Obviously, a lot of Muslims are coming out to Krept saying, "Listen, you can't be saying Muslim terminologies in music and haram." Obviously, I know Christianity have a huge gospel scene. And obviously, Hindu has their own type of scene. Like, what do you guys think of mixing in terms of hip hop beats or just music in general that's usually not used to glorify religion in religious music?
To be fair, on Krept's behalf, that's marketing genius because it's got you talking about it. It's gonna have everybody talking about it. So they're gonna go. Guess what? They're gonna go back to the tune and play it. Find out. That's just a creative way to get more exposure and views and traffic and go viral. I can see why he's done that. He may receive a certain amount of backlash for it, but I do think that at the level that him and Conan are at, all press is good press.
Yeah, it's interesting because Krept actually came out and made a little statement. Well, not really a statement, but he tweeted, and he basically just said that. He made it clear that he's Muslim. I think everybody knows by now that where Krept and Conan stand in terms of religion. He made it clear it was Muslim. He made it clear that he believes in everything that he says, and he actually said he's not actually sorry for saying it because a lot of people were coming on and saying, a lot of Muslims was coming on to and saying you're being disgraced to Islam, where it's haram. You're kind of making a mockery of the religion, and he was saying he wasn't making a mockery because he believes in every word that he says. He says he'll basically do it again, and and to be fair to him, everybody has the same religion, but everybody does different shit. I mean, I'm Muslim. You still catch me with a bowl in my hand, wherever. It doesn't mean that I'm not Muslim just because I do what I do. I do believe he was brave though, because I can never fuck with a Muslim. I ain't even gonna front. These might come them brothers that be chilling in Brixton and they'll be having the Bible, the Quran, trying to force you the info. That's the type of brother that's on his Twitter account. So it's almost like you got the older, some of the kids that feel disrespect. That's why I'm gonna talk about. It's those really serious dog. Man, I wouldn't even have I'm surprised he even responded.
That's not their market though, is it? Their market is from 12, 13 to about 18. That's their main source of income, and that's going to get kids of 6, 14, 15 gas. Especially the ones that want to flirt with Islam or
even the Muslim kids of today. Sometimes it might feel good to actually hear a Islamic quote. If you're a Muslim in music, because you don't usually hear that. There's always a lot of Christianity quote, but then again, I guess it's because it's not. In Islam, it's haram to listen to music. It's haram to smoke, drink, have sex, etc. So Muslims tend to just not. I mean, I wouldn't do it because of the same stigma. I wouldn't want to. I don't want to disrespect my dad at the same time. He's a serious Muslim guy, innit? So he knows what I do. But I don't know if he'll come for my neck, but he'll definitely call me and be like, "Yo, Sharif, man, I respect what you're doing, but man, I don't want to hear no Muslim shit." You know what I'm saying? I actually did a song not long ago. I think it was 2-3 years ago, and it was called Alhamdulillah. I actually said it on a beat. So I had a little conversation after that. So.
Oh, you got sat down on the dinner table.
It's not even out. We never put it out, but it's on my Instagram, like a little snippet. But.
Oh, the way you're talking, of course you didn't put it out. You didn't want the.
No, I was gonna put it out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Best snitches in the Ugandan community, man. You know what I'm saying? That's 6 9, man. They were bending and folding, man. It's fucking snitch time, man.
But couldn't Krept flip that on you and say, I'm basically promoting or professing my love for Islam by putting that on a track?
He could.
Surely?
He could. The only problem is the argument is always going to be that it's haram. It's like if someone says I ate pork and I said Allah. I'm still going to the laws, but nah, you're haram, you eat pork.
I prayed over the Greg's sausage roll.
I swear they do like vegan ones now.
Yeah, something like that. I don't eat vegan, man.
No. Vegan wings are hot, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's nice.
But you're hungry, aren't you?
Yeah. Come on, I'm hungry now. But no, I think that's an interesting thing. Do you listen to gospel? Any guys? Because you're both Christian, right? Or am I speaking too forward?
Yeah. I listen to
Not
everything.
practicing, but I mean like in terms of like.
I would say
I'm not really a practicing Muslim.
Halfway crook, fam.
It's hard to pay attention to all these rules.
Yeah.
Oh, these goddamn rules!
Facts, bro. But like, obviously, are you more Christian? I don't know. We never had this conversation.
On the Christian meter.
Yeah.
I mean, all I want to know.
I'm practicing. Yeah.
All I meant, do you listen to gospel music?
Well, it's in my rotation. It's not.
So
it's not in my rotation heavy though.
So what do you like think of gospel music?
Like, because even within gospel music, there's like so many different like styles to it. Obviously, you have the classical organ stuff.
No, but I'm talking like the shit that's mixed with hip hop. So like, you know when like
yeah.
Like when they use like proper rap beats.
Yeah.
Christianity over it.
Because in Christianity, we don't really have anything against. Because I remember we had a conversation about this where you're like, if it is Islamic music that you're supposed to make, is supposed to be like natural instruments and stuff.
Yeah, you can only use like natural like drums. And so you can't have no.
In Christianity, there's no like. As long as you make a joyful noise, then that's it. Yeah. So.
Well, what's the opinions on like? Because I remember when Beyonce did a gospel tune, she got a lot of backlash. Obviously because people when you start shaking the bum, they're like, alright, cool. Have you not seen that movie? What's that movie? And Beyonce's actually in it as well. Funny enough, Fighting Temptations.
No, I haven't heard of that.
Basically, the reference to that is basically there's this lady who does quote unquote sex music.
Yeah.
But she goes to choir. She sings for the choir. Basically, they all got her kicked out of the choir because she made sex music. In Christianity. So I was kind of interested to know like, what is the kind of link between people that do both, I guess? Like, is that not something that's allowed for Christians?
Because it's like, so the angle that comes at is if you are professing a certain faith, and obviously you have I won't even say rules, but you have for lack of a better word, we'll say rules. So you have these rules, and if you're promoting something that's against them, so say for instance, it's not even like in a just stuck in a religion sense. Even if it was like, let's bring it back to 6ix9ine and this whole thing about the street life and stuff. Yeah. If someone came out saying they're repping one thing, street life, all this and the other, and then on the other hand they're not. Obviously, that's like a flip. Yeah. It's still the same sort of thing. People will still come for their neck. Yeah. That's the sort of angle that comes about. But now, when it comes to, say for instance, like you mentioned, Lecrae, and so like even Lecrae, sometimes he gets backlash. I don't know why he gets backlash for whatever reason. He ain't promoting no stupidness. Like when it comes to that, like you said, it's those man them on the street banging heavy in it. Yeah. But even then, it's like sometimes it's a sense of like self-righteousness. It's like, look at this person doing this, automatically associating it with whatever the case they may think it is. Yeah. And then that's where the backlash comes from. Yeah. It's like, this Don, he's a fraud, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I ain't even like that.
Nah, it's true.
Yeah.
I guess to end this segment, I'll just say if your intentions are correct, who gives a fuck what anybody else says? Let's just be honest. If you have good intentions,
Yeah.
as long as it's not gonna end your career,
Yeah.
let's be fair. You don't want to end his career. Fam, do you?
Yeah.
Facts. As long as your intentions are correct.
Yeah.
God, Allah, whatever you call your gods, fam, let them be the guy to judge you. Don't let people judge you. At the end of the day, everybody does bad shit, good shit, cheat, lie, whatever the situation is. Leave it there.
Yeah. Obviously, some more than others.
Yeah.
Like, man here, I'm joking.
I'm kidding. Before I get bad man down to my neck. I said, I heard you are a bad man. What are you up to tonight?
I don't want to bait you out, but I see your Alcatel phone there. That is like a line.
I don't sound drunk, man. Listen, my Sony broke, yeah. So
There was bare vibrations on the table.
I didn't even
Street shit is popping.
Yo,
Man.
you got the streets jumping.
You trying to run that illegitimate money through something legit now. Oh, that's why I see you lot brought me on the podcast.
God, I'm legit, man.
Holy.
I was looking at it for a good 5 minutes. In the side eye.
I didn't even click it was there.
No, you didn't.
Basically, my Sony bro, I have 2 numbers, one business, one not.
Yeah.
Convenient.
And it's not drug business, alright? Before I start getting that DM, like, yo, man, what, you got Ben for, man? For the last story,
Pay the rent.
Nah,
pinkies only still.
no change. That was a good one. So,
And you know, man, his thing, he's using the Vaseline bottle to use the Vaseline to put the weed. Look how he's sweating. Look at the sweat on his forehead. Can you not zoom in? Not inside that.
Snap.
I should have grinder inside, you know. That is too funny.
There ain't no rules. You could be a practice. You could be Muslim, rapper,
Healer, trust me.
Oh man.
Going into the last topic after 5 minutes. Remy Ma was
Look at him saying that. The credibility's gone.
That's getting heat on here.
Streets is hot.
In the winter. Summer gone.
Oh man.
Damn, man, take off the jumper as well.
It's too late, man. About to end the show now. In other news, Remy Ma was on their show called something Culture Cast, whatever, with Joe Biden. I don't really watch it. But it's on Revolt.
Oh, okay.
With Joe Biden.
Yeah.
It's not a Joe Biden podcast. It's a talk show owned by P. Diddy.
Yeah.
And they were having a conversation to do with sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
Remy Ma comes out and basically says, long story short, you know you get girls that get sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Obviously with no consent.
Yeah.
She then carries on to basically say that girls who take money as a settlement to stay silent, she sees them as prostitutes. That's prostitution. Which I find pretty crazy because there's no consent. Joe Biden then actually came out and said it's a bit wild. There's no consent. She goes, really? And then she kind of goes, yeah, but if a man says I'll give you 2 million, she'll take the money and sit on the side and say nothing. Yeah. Now I've had this conversation before on Chat and Chill, the talk show. Yeah. With the car involving sexual assault and taking basically bribe money to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
I mean, without being an idiot, because obviously it's not prostitution.
Yeah.
Do you guys get what she's saying? Because the more I watched it, the more I'm like, this is just wild, bro. Like, as a woman, #MeToo movement is out here. It's usually us that are getting bashed, right? This is the first time in a very long time I'm watching Me Too attacking a female. When the man's getting landed for this. And I just want to know what you guys think.
On paper, I can.
Well, first of all, do you agree with them taking the money? Is that? I guess
because the thing is, at that point, like, it's because how I'm looking at it from the outside looking in is like, okay, you see this whole scary legal process. You need XYZ. You need all this money for whatever it is, and you're thinking, oh, how am I even gonna win this case with whoever it is? Because
but in
these
you're
cases,
getting money, there's evidence. If offering you money, there's enough evidence to take him down. I believe if someone goes to you, 2 million. Let's stick to the check that she was saying. 2 million to be quiet. Go in court, make it 4. If they're willing to offer you money, you go to your lawyer and say, look, this is the deal they're offering, man. Let's get the fucking results done and make it 4. Make them pay up, bro. Like, because then you're getting them done and you get compensated. I think what I've learned, what I've realised when it comes to sexual assault is, let's say it's a celebrity. Because obviously it's 2 million. So it has to be
someone's also taking the mindset into consideration as well. Obviously they've been shaken up by their experience as well. They might not be thinking like that. They might be thinking, just take the thing, it's done, let's forget about it. Probably the last thing they're thinking of is, let's do this whole court process, and we sort this and that out. It's like,
I don't know, because I look at this, and you hear stories a lot about people taking checks to stay silent. Most recently, Cristiano Ronaldo, allegedly, I don't even know if this is a fact, but paid her like £350,000 when she claimed that he did something to her. And then she came back 10 years later and was like, I got raped by so and so and so and so. She didn't win the case.
Took you 10 years.
But this is my point though. I feel like, without any disrespect to anybody, for a lot of people that was kind of looking at the story, it just seemed like she ran out of that money and wanted more. It's a bit like a divorce. When you get divorced, you get a 2 million settlement, and it's like, might be running out of money, and they come. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying she might have just like been really heartbroken. You never know. Mental health is a big deal, and especially with something this serious. You never know how a person can deal with it. It might take 20 years to open up. Can you remember? You also got to stand in court in front of a lot of men. Let's just be real. In the court is pure man. And it might be very embarrassing, especially to talk about something that's happening. Like, we all know, man, if anything like that happened to us, probably never going to hear about it for 100 years. You might just sit at home, cry for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because men that are assaulted, bro, we don't come out. Too much pride. We never come out.
Even when you get dumped by a girlfriend, no one hears about it as well. So it's that deep when it comes to the guys, bro.
I mean, unless you're a musician, you might hear a track, but that's it. You might hear a track, but that's about it. You know when you got a bit lit in the studio, and he hears that one sad beat, and it's like, play that, baby girl, I miss you right now.
Talking from experience, or
in the dark. Shout out to that. Still one of my worst songs I've ever made as well. I actually even like this song.
Basically, you got a unfinished song given to you, and then you're like, let me just finish it.
So funny story was a girl from she's from Texas, and she had a hook on the track. The producer just had it. Shout out to Amio, and then I was like, the hook was literally how the situation was with me and my ex. So I thought, let me put some verses to that and put it. I still really like the song,
Is that you international collabs and that? Is that you?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'll tell you the
World Nation.
I made. You know what's funny? I actually got another collab. I actually got a collab with a girl from Spain coming out real soon.
From where?
From Spain. Shout out to Reggaeton. What I do is I go on YouTube. and I type in like covers. This is it'll be good for everybody. Type in covers, and then you go on to like this week, this month, and it'll give you like YouTubers with barely any views on it. You find the sickest talent, you hit up the gram, they'll hit you back. Always work. Even that track I had with the Come Through joint. That's someone found her.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I just go on. I just type in covers. A lot of people just do covers. That's the easiest way to find them. Covers.
Yeah.
And go on the ground. It might have like 1 or 2, maybe even more followers. You never know. Like the girl I did In the Dark with, she had 30,000 followers, and you know, pushing out. I got almost 75% of the views came from her post rather than actually me posting it, because she's obviously a bigger artist. But there's a lot of people willing to work with people overseas, man. You just have to. I mean, I used to YouTube route. I just found it easier. Yeah, man. When you do type in different tunes, type in the covers, and then you change it to like this week, this month. So then it won't just give you all the popular shit. It will give you the ones that was posted recently. And you just go through the list. You find out you sound a video with maybe like 1,000 or 2,000 views. You click that, go on their Instagram, figure out if you actually want to work with them. Slide those deals, bro. It works. Works heavily.
He's dropping gems on us.
I know, right?
He's dropping
knowledge on us. It works, man. And what you learn as well is they're very willing to work. Like even with one tune that I got coming out, one of the girls is actually down to like come down to ends to shoot a video. Jeez. Obviously, I couldn't do it in the dark. I'm in Texas it's a bit far, and you have to like she's working and shit. But if you're in Europe or like Scotland or Wales, it's pretty easy to come down. It's not too difficult and too expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, just come stay here. Let's do this. So that's a little advice if you guys looking for features, man.
Alright, man.
But also, YungR, man, thank you for coming down to the studio today.
Definitely. My pleasure, man.
If anybody were to want to find you, you know, plug your social media, plug all your music. Let's go, man. Plug away.
So on Instagram, you can
Instagram,
you can follow me at The Movement Is Young. So that's YUNG. The Movement is YUNG. Snapchat and Twitter is YungR Movement. Same again, YUNG. YouTube account. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, the YungR channel. Got 2 videos up on there at the moment. So we've got Never Be visuals and the recent one, Epiphany, the big one that we're pushing. Go and hit that up and share that, because we want to raise awareness and bring to light the topic of father absence, which is obviously a taboo subject that doesn't get spoken about enough. And Spotify, I'm on iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, all them distribution sites. You can find my music on there.
See, all the links will be in the description below, and I will actually want to say, make sure you do go check out YungR. First time meeting him today, it's a cool dude, and I'll also say the tunes are heavy, man. They're dope. And then when Joe was bringing it down to me, I was like, all right, cool, because I don't really listen to a lot of up and coming apart from maybe my friends. But like I usually find them not that good. It's the quality, man. It's not always their fault. It's the producer's fault. Let's just be real. All these producers these days, man, be trying to £60 an hour and giving you 1p work, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is about. But I don't know. That's what I feel sometimes. I'll be listening. I'll be like, I mean, the bars are lit, but tell them to do this a bit. I don't know, man. Something needs to go.
Do you know what it is? A lot of people are like, they're artists, and then they go in studio paying these producers big money, and the producers just like telling them that they're great. Yes, man. They just want to check. They just after the check. But I definitely say go check him out. He does good work, very great work, and I respect you, man. So respect, man.
That's it. That's all. And also, if you're a woman, I know we didn't talk too much about the sexual assault case because we're all men. I don't really want to be like some advocate talking about that kind of subject. So, if any ladies want to come down, I do have a lady coming through as well. I might bring it up with her, but don't worry. We know we didn't talk too much about it, but we will do. So if you're a lady watching this and you want to come through and give us your opinions, do that, because it's better if it's a two-sided opinion rather than just a male's point of view. So anyway, this has been Challenging Podcast with your boy Firahs
Joe MK.
The movement's young, baby. Young.
I will catch you later when the movement is still young.
So you're doing your deliveries now, yeah?
Hey, yo, Michael, what you saying, cuz? Michael, that Q still, cuz.